conflict in general. And then I recently realized that a lot of the time, you know, I keep doing playbacks in my mind, playbacks about what I could have said, how this could have gone, what they meant, how they acted when I said what I said or did what I did. And, you know, it was a lot of focus on the other person, even though I was also thinking like, no, you stood up for yourself. You did a great job and I'm proud of you. I was also thinking about how they didn't respond well to, you know, that boundary or that sentence when I thought that they should have or whatever. Well, they weren't open to receiving, right? But that's beside the point. My point is that I just recently realized I wasn't focusing entirely on how it made me feel. It doesn't matter what the other person does or says, how they behave, how they disengage or engage with you. What matters is how you perceive that. That's what matters. And then how you respond to that. Are you teaching your body that you trust it, that you trust the intuition that it's giving you? Are you trusting that it is telling you it's time to move away from this? Or are you pushing back against that and saying, yeah, well, I feel hurt, but I'm going to try harder. Yeah, well, I feel angry, but they need to hear this. No, focus on how it makes you feel and then disengage or engage accordingly, right? If it's something that you continue to bring up and it seems like they receive that and then they go back to their old ways, well, how does that make you feel? The initial thing, right? The initial disagreement or unsettlement within yourself, and then the repeat behavior on their part, how does it make you feel, right? And then do you want to continue to experience that feeling? And when you decide that you no longer want to experience that feeling, then that's when you decide how you're going to engage or disengage accordingly. And a lot of the times it's as simple as disengaging. And I don't necessarily mean that has to mean forever. That means for at least right now, right? And if the other person can come around and be compassionate and caring and open and understanding and see your point of view, then you can let them back in, you know, then that's the time for that to happen. But if they can't and don't, you'll know, because they'll continue to be radio silent, or they'll continue to push when there is no resistance. If you disengage and they continue to push and they continue to contact and they continue to do these things, then you know that you've made the right choice. If they disengage with you and never come back, then you still have your answer. And all the while, you're not trying to understand and make them see your point of view, not trying to understand their point of view and make them see yours. You're simply being in your body, being in your heart, and understanding what it is that you are feeling. And that's very hard sometimes, because you wonder, is this person going to be out of my life? And I don't know if I can live my life without this person. When in fact you did before and you can again. It's harder when you're talking about parental roles, right? Because you only get so many parents. But the key component of that, the core component of that, is that they have an opportunity to see that and change accordingly. So that way they can continue to have you in their lives. And if they choose not to, well, then that's on them. You're letting them know what it is that you need and want. And when they continually disregard that, it's telling you how they actually truly feel. And that feeling may actually have nothing to do with you. It may be how they feel about themselves, and they're just projecting that feeling onto you because they're not ready to face themselves yet. And so you have to keep that in mind too. A lot of that shit doesn't have anything to do with you. Almost 100% of that shit doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with how they feel about themselves, and they're projecting it onto you because they are not ready to confront how that makes them feel and how it's going to change the dynamics if they focus on themselves. But that doesn't change your responsibility to yourself. Not when you're really, truly, and honestly trying to understand what it is that you need and want for yourself, and how you want to live your life. So I hope that this is helpful for you. I know it's helpful for you if you've watched the videos through to this point, or if you're just catching this one and you've watched it up to this point. So I love you, my dearest confidant. Until next time.